The most dangerous jobs that still exist today. Okay, so whenever somebody complains about their job, bad boss, long hours, annoying coworkers, I want you to remember this video. Because there are people on this planet who go to work every single day knowing that today could genuinely be the day they don't come home. Not as a figure of speech, literally. And most of them don't make anywhere near enough money for what they risk. Let's get into it. Logging is consistently ranked as the single most dangerous job on Earth. Not one of the most dangerous, the most dangerous. In the United States alone, loggers die at a rate roughly 33 times higher than the average worker across all industries. And when you understand what the job actually involves, that number stops being surprising. A logger's entire workday is spent in a forest, cutting down trees that weigh several tons, that fall unpredictably, in terrain that is uneven and often unstable, with equipment that includes chainsaws running at full power inches from their body. And the thing about a falling tree is that it does not always fall where you planned. Trees catch on other trees, they bounce, they split, they kick back at the base in a movement loggers call a widowmaker, named that for obvious reasons. There is no safety net in logging, no harness that saves you, no alarm that goes off. When something goes wrong in a forest, it goes wrong instantly and completely. The nearest hospital is typically far away, and the terrain makes evacuation extremely difficult. And yet every morning, thousands of loggers go into forests around the world because the world needs lumber and somebody has to cut it. They know the risk better than anyone, and they go anyway. If logging is the most dangerous job on land, then deep-sea fishing is its equivalent on water. Commercial fishermen, particularly those working in places like the Bering Sea between Alaska and Russia, face fatality rates that are among the highest of any occupation anywhere in the world. In the US, commercial fishing deaths run at roughly 40 times the national average for all workers. The Bering Sea specifically is considered one of the most dangerous bodies of water on Earth. Waves regularly exceed 10 meters. Temperatures are cold enough that falling overboard means you have minutes, not hours, before hypothermia kills you. Storms arrive fast and hit hard, and the boats keep working through all of it because the fishing seasons are short and stopping costs money nobody can afford to lose. The work itself on deck is physically brutal. Hauling crab pots that weigh hundreds of kilograms on a rolling deck covered in ice and water. One slip, one moment of lost footing, and you are either overboard or caught in the machinery. There are no do-overs on the Bering Sea. Scientists and safety researchers have studied commercial fishing extensively, and the honest conclusion is that the combination of extreme environment, exhausting physical work, time pressure, and isolation creates a danger profile that is essentially impossible to fully engineer away. The ocean is what it is, and the fishermen go out anyway. This one sounds almost mundane compared to the first two. Window cleaning. How dangerous can window cleaning be? And then you find out that some window cleaners work on buildings over 500 meters tall, suspended on a platform the width of a plank, hanging from cables on the outside of a glass skyscraper. And suddenly, it sounds a lot less mundane. High-rise window cleaning at the extreme end of the profession, the super tall skyscrapers of Dubai, Shanghai, New York, involves working at heights where a fall is not survivable under any circumstances. The workers hang in platforms called bosun's chairs, or suspended scaffolding rigs that are controlled from the roof. Wind at these heights is unpredictable and powerful. Equipment failure, a snapped cable, a faulty clamp, a platform that shifts, can happen with no warning. What makes this job particularly fascinating to safety researchers is the psychological component. Studies on extreme height workers have found that the human stress response at these altitudes never fully normalizes, no matter how experienced the worker is. The body always knows it shouldn't be there. Heart rate stays elevated, stress hormones stay elevated, and sustaining focus and precision in that physiological state for an entire working day, every working day, is a demand that has no real parallel in most other professions. The people who do this job have developed a mental discipline around fear that scientists who study occupational psychology find genuinely remarkable. And the buildings still need cleaning, so up they go. Okay, this one is a little different from the others because most people don't think of scientist as a dangerous job title, but volcanologist, specifically the ones who do field work on active volcanoes, is one of the most quietly lethal professions on the planet. Volcanologists who monitor active volcanoes work in environments where the ground can give way without warning, where toxic gases can reach lethal concentrations in seconds, where lava flows can change direction unpredictably, and where volcanic eruptions can happen faster than any evacuation is possible. And unlike the other jobs on this list, where the danger is constant and known, volcanic danger is invisible right up until it isn't. The year is 1993. A team of scientists are conducting research on the active volcano Galeras in Colombia. They are inside the crater collecting samples. Without warning, the volcano erupts. 6 scientists and 3 tourists are killed instantly. The survivors, some of them badly burned, have to climb out of an erupting volcano to survive. One of the survivors, volcanologist Stanley Williams, lost several colleagues that day and spent months in hospital recovering from his own injuries. He went back to fieldwork on active volcanoes when he recovered. That story is not unique in volcanology. Scientists have died on Etna, on Unzen in Japan, on Stromboli, and yet the work continues because monitoring active volcanoes is what gives communities living near them the warning time to evacuate. The scientists who climb into craters and sit next to lava lakes with gas masks and sampling equipment are the reason entire cities sometimes get to leave before the mountain explodes. The danger they accept personally translates directly into lives saved at scale, which doesn't make it less dangerous, it just makes it worth it to them. So what do all of these people have in common? Honestly, not what you'd expect. It's not recklessness. It's not that they don't understand the danger. Every single person on this list knows exactly what they're risking. The logger knows about widowmakers. The fisherman knows what the Bering Sea does to boats. They know, and they go anyway. Some go for the money. Some go because it's what their family has always done. Some go because the work genuinely matters, and they are the ones willing to do it. And some go because in some strange way, the extremity of the risk is inseparable from the meaning they find in the job. Whatever the reason, the world runs on the willingness of these people to show up, and most of us never think about them once. If this video made you appreciate your Monday morning a little more, give it a like and subscribe to Wait What, because we've got so much more coming every week. Check out the video on screen right now for more stuff like this. And as always, wait, what?